What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video I will show you two call to actions. One of them is for MMTLP shareholder and the second one is for members of Congress. Yes, you heard me right. For the members of Congress, and in my opinion it is very important. On top of that, I will show you an update regarding the intrinsic value of NextBridge hydrocarbon shares. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, I kindly ask you to hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. This is the only thing that you can do as a viewers, and it takes you not more than split of a second of your time. But it allows the YouTube algorithm to push this video forward to the broader audience, and eventually it will help us to win our battle. So, and let's start with the news. Guys, let me remind you that we have several letters from Congress completely dedicated to our case. And let me remind you that the first letter was written on July 14th by Representative Ali Crane. And let me show you this in details. He wrote, in response to these allegations, I am requesting from your offices a briefing regarding this matter, as well as what your offices are doing to prevent securities fraud at the US Securities and Exchange Commission. And this letter was the first letter where we were mentioned by a member of Congress, and we don't have any results of this letter. Let me show you another letter, one of the most famous letters that was written on July 28th by so-called Fearless 15, and it is, let me quote you just one paragraph. So, first paragraph describes the MMTLP situation, and the second one is call to action. To that end, we request that the SEC to review the activities surrounding these market events. The review should include a timeline of trading of MMTLP on OTC markets, the actions taken by the SEC, self-regulatory organizations, the issuers and the transfer agent and other relevant parties during the time MMTLP was traded, and the transaction that produced the NextBridge shares. In addition, please include information regarding the S1 filed by NextBridge Hydrocarbons on July 26, 2023. As part of the request briefing, we ask that SEC staff be prepared to identify any regulatory or legislative gaps that may be addressed so that the SEC, FINRA and regulated entities may better protect investors and strengthen market integrity. Your findings will allow the committee to better understand the issues that have been raised by investors. And this letter and this call to action was also stonewalled by Gary Gensler. And let me show you that this letter was signed by 15 Congress members. And despite this fact, this letter was stonewalled by Gary Gensler. On top of that, another letter with the deadline, pure deadline, was written just 1 month ago. And this letter, let me show you the call to action paragraph. The committee's frustration with the SEC's lack of cooperation with our reasonable oversight request is clear. When you and I first met early in the 118th Congress, you committed to working in good faith with our committee and my staff. That promise of cooperation has not been realized. I expect nothing less than full cooperation with our inquiry, which begins with SEC providing documents actually responsive to our requests. If the SEC continues to fail to produce the request documentations by October 19, 2023, I will consider other measures, including the use of the compulsory process to gain compliance. Thank you for your attention to this important matter. And this letter was written by James Comer, Chairman, Committee of Oversight and Accountability. And we don't have any results. And today is November the 12th, and the deadline was set on October 19th, and we still don't have any results. On top of that, another letter at this time that was written by Senator Mike Cropper to Robert W. Cook. He is the president and CEO of FINRA. And here you can see that the call to action is following. Provide a concise briefing to congressional offices engaged on this matter from the relevant authorities, either SEC or FINRA, to provide insight into the circumstances surrounding the trading halt for MMTLP. 2. Confirm whether the trading halt fell within FINRA's jurisdiction and followed established industry standards. 3. Furnish a clearly outlined response detailing the expected course of action for investors' existing holdings. This should be accompanied by a timeline outlining the steps and an estimated timeframe for resolution. Deliver an audited and consolidated count of shares held by the investing public related to Metamaterials Series A preferred shares on December 9, 2022. And this letter was written by Senator Mike Cropper. And let me remind you that he also asked Gary Gensler about MMTLP in a live hearing that took place on September the 12th. So, 2 months and nothing happened. And why in the world we have 0 results regarding this? It doesn't make sense. That is why my first call to action is dedicated to Congress members, and I kindly ask them to ask Gary Gensler again about this situation, and they have to do something because we are their constituents and they were elected in order to protect our rights. And guys, yes, you know that I'm not a US citizen, but I'm speaking on behalf of MMTLP community. That is why it is my right to do so. So, let me show you another call to action, at this time for MMTLP shareholders. Meta News wrote this tweet 12 hours ago. Important call to action. Calling all MMTLP shareholders that hold their shares in an overseas brokerage or IRA account and cannot transfer shares to ST. Please DM me with proof. We are close to proving a share imbalance in MMTLP, and this data will help a lot. Please DM or email me with this screenshot of your total share count and proof your shares are either in overseas brokerage or an IRA account. All messages without screenshots will not be accounted for. DM or email me if you can't transfer your shares and your shares are in overseas broker or your shares are in IRA account. And don't email if you already verified your shares with Lolly. And Lolly is the person who made due diligence regarding this share count. And I have to say that, let me show you right here, that right after that Meta News wrote this. Thank you to everyone who emailed me. We'll be getting back to you all shortly. Keep them coming. And I have to say that if you hold your shares on overseas brokerages or IRA account and you cannot transfer your shares to ST, just DM Meta News, and this will help us to find out a real share count, and this will lead us to a real number of counterfeit shares. And in my opinion, it is very important for the community. So, and last but not the least, let me show you this couple of tweets that was written just a couple of days ago by Junk Savvy and C Plant. And Junk Savvy wrote, it almost like you predicted this would happen. C Plant, drilling, keep that rig moving. And here you can see the screenshot of current rig location of NextBridge hydrocarbons and new drilling pad that was found out by C Plant. And on top of that, we have another update that existing rig site to new pad 2,241 feet. New pad to potential future pad 5,061 feet. And as you can see, these are two basically existing pads, and this is a future pad. Potentially that also might be a new well of NextBridge hydrocarbons. And these facts show that NextBridge hydrocarbons works hard in order to improve the intrinsic value of NextBridge hydrocarbons shares, and definitely it is another good sign. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born around